Donald Trump's efforts at showing proof of life, it's not going very well at all. This past weekend looked more like Weekend at Bernie's, or I should say Weekend at Donnie's. I want to show you what went down yesterday. It was a very suspicious Sunday indeed. You had this photo of Donald Trump purportedly in the Beast, which is the presidential limousine vehicle. Take a look at him right there. Very pale looking. Here was another photo of him purportedly going to play golf. Notice what he's wearing. A dark black hat, less orange than usual, looking very pale. The MAGA influencers start posting photos of Donald Trump playing golf near palm trees. Donald Trump was purportedly playing golf in Virginia. He was leaving the White House to play golf at Virginia on the taxpayer dime. There's no palm trees in Virginia, so this is a photo that was previously taken. But look at the photo that Donald Trump posted yesterday on social media, I guess to show proof of life. This is a post that Donald Trump made. Great playing golf with John Gruden, a really nice guy and true character. So Donald Trump is trying to show, look, I'm okay. On Sunday, I played golf with John Gruden, a former NFL coach who was fired after misogynistic and racist and other kind of horrific emails and posts were uncovered. But if you go back August 23rd, that's when John Gruden was playing golf at the Virginia course. Look at this photo right here from August 23rd that John Gruden posted. It said, "Have a great Sunday." By the way, no palm trees there. Now let's compare it with the presidential schedule from August 23rd. You see right here, no public events scheduled from the last Saturday. Trump National Golf Club, Washington, D.C. That's his Virginia golf course right there. That's when he played with Gruden last week, and you see Gruden's wearing the exact same outfit. What appears to have happened was Donald Trump posted last weekend's photo with Gruden that he didn't release, but Gruden released a photo of himself in the same outfit last week, and Trump was trying to claim that he was playing golf today. Also, if you look at their handshake, it's just a little bit of a suspicious handshake. There does look to be perhaps an AI element there, I'm not sure. But also look at Donald Trump wearing a different hat than he left the White House with. And so I'm not buying it one bit. But I'm not just going to say I'm not buying it. I'm giving you the evidence I would give to a jury as a lawyer, as I used to be a practicing lawyer. I'm going to give you another very suspicious data point. I'll let you judge. One of the posts that Donald Trump made yesterday is a random post about Roger Clemens, and Roger Clemens was being treated unfairly. He says that Roger Clemens never took drugs. There's no proof that he took drugs. He steadfastly refused that he took drugs. It's a weird way to say it. He steadfastly refused that he took drugs, but I'm focused on the word steadfastly. It's never a word that Donald Trump uses, the word steadfastly. Okay. Then Donald Trump posts the following. This is yesterday. Never felt better in my life. Also, DC is a crime-free zone. DJT. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Never felt better in my life. I know we've seen photos of you. We've seen your face, and we see your hand, and we see your ankles. I'm just not buying it, and you lie about everything. So when you say that, things must be very, very bad. Also then, at 10 p.m. last night, Donald Trump then posts, "Good night!" exclamation point. And then right before he goes, "Good night," this was on Washingtonian Prob's Instagram, where someone in Washington captured this. Somebody was in the White House throwing garbage bags or something out of the window. Now, you're in the White House. You have infinite resources, right? Why are you using throwing things out of a window as your mode of transportation? What was in this bag? What is going on here? This happened yesterday, spotted at the White House. I want you to watch the window. You'll see someone's hanging outside of the window, throwing things out. You know, it reminds me of like the movies where like the guy shows up and like his like ex-girlfriend or wife is like throwing his suitcase or throwing his clothes out the window. Here, play this clip.
Got another one? Let me see. Yeah, let's stay in that little outhouse on the end. Oh, somebody there, right? Right now, right? Oh, there you go. You got it? You zoomed in?
Now, I'll show you who did show us proof of life yesterday. Former President Biden, his granddaughters posted photos with him yesterday. And then he got ice cream yesterday. Here he was with his daughter and granddaughters getting ice cream. I want you to watch this, play this clip.
God bless you, Mr. President.
Well, the whole family, yeah, exactly. Double cone.
He's double cone. Hey, listen, once in a blue moon.
I gotta see what else we're doing. That sounds great. Okay, it's my favorite.
Are these fine with you too, Joe? Yes. Okay. He wants to.
Now, MAGA influencers are getting really angry and upset about people calling out Donald Trump's health issues and the fact that since last Wednesday, Donald Trump has refused to be anywhere near a camera and anywhere close, at least that has been published or broadcast, okay? At least that's been on TV thus far. Charlie Kirk says, it's been pretty sick to watch certain members of the press so giddy at the prospect of President Trump being ill that they ran with fake rumors he was dying or already dead. These are bad people. Instead, he's playing golf with Super Bowl champion head coach John Gruden. Crying laugh emojis. Okay, but that seems to be an old, outdated picture there, Charlie. There, Charlie. As angry staffer writes, guy who said Biden was dead has thoughts on honesty. Now, other MAGA influencers were posting this yesterday. Breaking, after a week of constant winning, Donald Trump's on the golf course, much deserved. Trump is truly loved by everybody. Here was another big MAGA account called MAGA Voice. But this was a photo from June 28th that they posted. Trump's proof of life video spread by MAGA is a June 28th. So they're just circulating old videos of him right now, which again is very suspicious. Then Donald Trump posts the following photo of himself in flames. America is hot. And our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, sarcastically writes, he obviously knows where he is going. Oh, I should mention, these paintings are going up across Washington, D.C. on walls of, I guess, people throwing sandwiches at the faces of various Trump cabinet officials. Pete Hegseth, Jeanine Pirro, who's United States Attorney, Kristi Noem, and others. This email, though, went out as well from the Trump account. This was a fundraising email that was sent earlier in the week from Trump. I want to try and get to heaven. Last year, I came millimeters from death when that bullet pierced through my skin. My triumphant return to the White House, though, was never supposed to happen. It's a weird email to send. And he keeps on saying that, I really want to get to heaven. I really want to get to heaven. Well, bad news for you there, if that's really where you want to go. Here are some other posts that he's been making as well yesterday evening before saying good night. He goes, more than $15 trillion will be invested in the USA, a record. Much of this investment because of tariffs. If a radical left court is allowed to terminate these tariffs, almost all of this investment and much more will be immediately canceled. In many ways, we would become a third world nation with no hope of greatness again. Time is of the essence, President DJT. So I want to cue you in. He's a con artist. He's a felon. He's a fraud. He's a sexual abuser. He's a loser. He's a bankrupter. So what's he doing right there to his MAGA mush brain cult and to help state regime media normalize this behavior, which they should never do? So he claims he brought in $15 trillion. Where is it? Is it in the Treasury? Are there written agreements? So the first very suspicious red flag. There's no written agreements. It's not in the Treasury. If we brought in $15 trillion in a year, that would be fantastic. I would be applauding the guy. Could you imagine if we really brought in $15 trillion from foreign countries just writing us checks? We would pay down our debt significantly. Things would be great. Yet our debt is significantly rising. Our deficit is rising. Deficit and debt significantly higher now than under former President Biden. Government spending is higher than ever before. If we brought in $15 trillion, query, let me ask this question. Why would you need to raise the debt ceiling in the disastrous budget bill by $5 trillion if you brought in $15 trillion? Wouldn't that cover the next 3 years? So you wouldn't need to raise the debt ceiling, huh? Oh, wait a minute, Ben. You're using logic. Why would you use logic? Just let the MAGA base feel like whatever they want to feel. So Donald Trump says that, but then he goes, folks, but the courts, I was going to get us $15 trillion, but these lefty liberal courts with George W. Bush judges, they screwed me. I would have got it done. It's exactly what he did with COVID. Same thing. Don't test. Blame Dr. Fauci right now. Don't look at the real economic data. Blame Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell or Board of Governor Lisa Cook or the Federal Circuit Court of Appeals. They're to blame. Blame them. Just focus on them. Then Donald Trump posts, prices are way down in the USA with virtually no inflation, with the exception of ridiculous, corrupt, politician-approved windmills, which are killing every state and country that uses them. Energy prices are falling big time right now. Do you believe that? I mean, inflation is down right now. There's virtually no inflation, huh? That things are affordable, things are great. I mean, if you live, I mean, maybe not at Weekend at Bernie's or Weekend at Donnie's, if you're alive and you go to stores and you exist in this thing called planet Earth, in the United States of America, things are hard to afford. Things are worse. Things are more expensive by far. So when he goes, prices, they're not way down. And overwhelmingly in poll after poll, Americans view Donald Trump's handling of inflation and the economy as a huge net negative 18 to net negative 30, depending on the poll. I mean, you could keep on posting this stuff Weekend at Donnie's. Trump's economy is booming, consumer spending up, inflation low, wages up, except it's not true. It's false. And you could keep on firing every one of your economists and the Bureau of Labor Statistics Commissioner, but we the people know what's happening in the stores. We are aware of what exists. Unless, of course, you're living in your MAGA mush dystopian fantasy land and you're one of those cabinet members in your Kim Jong-un world. We know what's happening in the world. And I want you all to think about this too. I did a story yesterday and earlier today as well, and I'll do many more on it. So one of the things that Donald Trump is cutting is a program called Home in rural areas, which provided much needed money to low-income people in rural areas to afford their first home or to afford a home. 85% of those homes were built in areas that voted for Trump, okay? But 1.3 million homes. Trump's killing that program, just destroying that program. Meanwhile, you have the Housing and Urban Development HUD is destroying Section 8 housing and saying it's all waste, fraud, and abuse and kicking people off of that. Okay, I've done stories how Trump is kicking low-income individuals with children, prohibiting them from getting grants to go to undergraduate and get college degrees. But I want you to see this right here, what Trump's posting. So even though Trump is lying, the whole story here is false. The premise is false. And it's saying that Gavin Newsom wants to put all this low-income housing in the Pacific Palisades, which is, it's not accurate. It's not an accurate story. The story saying by low-income housing, though, they're referring to housing that's like $1.5 to $2 million homes, just to be clear, what they consider low-income housing in a story that's based on a false premise. There's no truth to this, but anyway. But here's Trump's perspective. Can you imagine being so stupid as to destroy one of the best areas in the United States by building low-income housing there? The people must be having a fit. So even if you just assume the premise is true, which it isn't, low-income housing to help more people get into homes to solve our housing crisis. See, Trump's an oligarch. He's like, why would we let poor people live there? Why would we want to build low-income housing in beautiful areas? The people must be having a fit. How could you possibly believe that this guy is for the people? I just don't understand how low-income people fall for this crap when he's telling you to your face he hates you and doesn't think you belong in the club. He's telling you. What more data do you need than him literally? It's the equivalent of him saying, I'm shooting you from Fifth Avenue. He's mocking you. He's saying, you low-income people, you do not deserve to be at my clubs, in my neighborhoods, in my areas. Stay in the ghetto. Stay in those. That's where you, and stay on the street. What do you think he's saying? It's horrible what he's saying right there. A few other points I want to make, though, and then I want you to keep checking back today. I've made a lot of important videos today. The American military is building up massively. We've got a huge strike package of warships. I did a report on it yesterday. And nuclear submarines off the coast of Venezuela right now. And while that's happening in Shanghai, you have Xi Jinping hosting India's Prime Minister Modi, Vladimir Putin, and the leaders of dozens of other nations who are coalescing around China as the world's leader right now. As Trump attacks our allies and has alienated our allies, he's been instrumental in bringing others very close together and strategically against the U.S. We covered a lot on this, but a lot of important data. So please hit subscribe, become a member of our YouTube channel if you can. We just launched Midas Canada today with Charlie Angus. Go to Midas, go search Charlie Angus, Midas Canada on YouTube. Subscribe there. I want to try to get that channel 1 million subscribers. It's one of our big initiatives, getting into Canada. Then I want to get into Australia. Then I want to get into the UK, Europe, and then we're going to get Midas across the world. But that's the vision. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.